Hey guys, Scott with Heritage Farms. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit the thumbs up, leave us a comment, subscribe. Costs you absolutely nothing, helps our algorithms. Thank you, thank you, thank you in advance. So what are we working on today? Hey, the good people at OYO, is that Oyo? Sent us one of their pond pumps. Let me tell you what, it's a pretty neat looking little rig. This thing you can either work from the land or you can actually put it underwater. It's submersible. So for what we're going to do for the pond pump, it's got like a 32-foot cord on it. We are going to make a floating fountain head. So what I did was I had one of these mineral tubs. You can see I cut the bottom off the tub, drilled me an 1.5-inch hole on here so 1.5-inch PVC pipe would go through. I put a cap on here, and you can see I just tried to make my own fountain head. So I drilled a fairly large hole in the center so the water would shoot straight up. And then I put a couple of, or 4 smaller holes where you'd have a little water stream going out at 90-degree angles. So the thought process is this is going to go on here like this. It'll stick up a little bit. Once I get all of this put together, I'll spray paint it all black and everything. I put a hook on here, because the reality is if this thing is out in the water and you need to get it back to land, I'm gonna have a nylon rope attached to it, which will go to shore, so I can just pull this back in if I need to. You can see what it looks like on the inside, but how is this gonna work? Well, I'm probably gonna, you see the pump, I'm gonna put this probably about this high. So I gotta get my pipe connections, I gotta go run to the store, figure this out, but ultimately, that pump is going to hang underneath this blue tub. So this blue tub is going to float in the water. This is going to be at the surface of the water. Your fountain head will stick up accordingly, something like that. And on the inside, once we get the fountain in here and we get it all plumbed out, I'm going to fill this with foam, the spray foam that you see. And then once we get that in there, we'll seal it with something. I don't know exactly what. But that should give us a floating base to actually work from. So I may have to run one of those straps through here, connect it to the sides just to help support the motor so it's not strictly on the PVC pipe. But that's the goal. So now I need to go to the hardware store. I've just got my concept in place. This is going to hold the pump. That way the pump is not sitting on the bottom of the pond. The pump is always in clean water, if you will. And that's the goal, to keep the pump running long term. And we're going to see what happens. Okay guys, check this thing out. This is the Oyo pool pump, or pond fountain pump. So I tried to make a homemade fountain versus, you know, spending several thousand on a commercial one. And you can see, man, We're just testing it in the swimming pool. It's not designed for the swimming pool. We're just running a test here, but this is a 3,000 gallon per hour pump. And I tell you what, man, that thing is throwing water everywhere. Now I can drill more holes in it and it will cut down on the size of the fountain, which is something I would probably do. But you can see this would actually look pretty good in a pond, so I'm pretty impressed. We'll put a link in a description in the, we'll put a link to their Amazon store and their website in the description. Go check them out. For the money, I'm very impressed with this, guys. Leave us a comment. What do you think about this homemade pond aeration fountain?